Welcome to another edition of Against the Grain Sports Podcast Uncut. And I'm your host, Jody Coleman, in the building. We're joined with my guy, my man, Jarrell, Solo on Sports Glenn, all the way from San Antonio, Texas. Man, how you feeling, my guy?
Feeling great, man. The weather's been rising up on us down here. Everything's going good, man. A lot going on in the world of sports. What about you, brother? How you doing over there?
Hey, man, I feel fantastic, man. I feel really good, man. Hey, I ain't gonna even lie. Before I get in anything, that WBC baseball championship game was absolutely lit. I watched every single pitch. Like that game, I don't know what happened, but the American bats, the USA's bats went to sleep and they did not wake up. Their bats. Talk to me about that. Let's get right into that. And we'll get into the other stuff, but I want to talk about that if we could, man, because that's got to be the headline story. Venezuela won the championship 3-2. Some outstanding pitching. You take away Bryce Harper home run in the 8th inning, the 2-run homer. It could have got really bad and ugly for the Americans, man. Talk to me about Venezuela winning the WBC championship.
Well, first of all, America is not the best country at baseball. This is not our sport. This is not our number one sport. All the Latin countries and Japan and those other countries, they're just better at baseball than we are. But last night, I mean, if you think about it, go back to the game before this, Jody, when they played the Dominican Republic, their bats, the American bats weren't doing nothing in that game either. It just had outstanding pitching. They kept that great offense with Dominican Republic down. And yesterday, just their bats, man. Where's Aaron Judge at? The judge did not show up for court yesterday. He disappeared. Bryce Harper he hit that big home run. I think, oh man, they're gonna win this thing now. But Venezuela didn't lay down, and they ended up winning that bad boy in the 9th inning. It was really, like you said, Joe. I watched most of it. It was a really good baseball game. I was very intrigued by that.
You know what? I ain't gonna even lie though. They got him out at second base. I believe that stolen base that ended up being the game-winning run. He was out. He was, man. He was out. He was safe. You don't think he was out?
No, I think he was. I saw the video again. It looked like he was safe to me.
When it looked initial, because Will Smith is one of the best defensive catchers in all of baseball. If you don't know who Will Smith is, I ain't talking about the actor. I'm talking about the catcher for the LA Dodgers. The guy got to jump. Don't get me wrong. He got to jump off first. But when he got that jump, so the swipe, it was simultaneous. So you're a ref. So if it's simultaneous, it goes to the runner, not the defense.
That's mostly how they do it in almost every sport. Yeah, they call it. Plus, you don't think about it, they called him safe on the field. So it's kind of like football for the most part. Hey, we're gonna roll with our call unless we see something that we might have missed. It was a really close call though.
But I don't want to get on the coaching. But last night I seen the coaching blunder in the 9th inning. When he got that stolen base, they should have automatically walked. They should have walked him and put somebody on first and second and tried to go for the double play. What did you think about that? Not intentionally walking him after he got that stolen base.
That's an option. I never thought about it like that, Jody. I mean, if you think about it, that will have your force out at third and second. So that's not a bad idea. But maybe the guy behind him was even better. So I don't know. I had to go look at their lineup to see who's the guy behind him. It might have been even better behind him. So you never know.
Yeah, I don't know. That was an interesting, intriguing. I mean, I'm not gonna nitpick. I mean, they just, like you said, Venezuela just was the better team yesterday.
Yeah.
And we got Michael, the people check Aaron in the building. Hey, did you see that WBC championship? Venezuela beat America 3-2. Man, what did you think about that, Mike? Because that game was absolutely lit, man.
Asking me what I think is way better than asking me what I saw, because there was a lot of green beer involved in things yesterday, and so I can't really recall.
Hey, Mike, he asked you about the WBC, not the BBC, Mike. Make sure you get this straight, brother.
Right.
I'm with it. I know we took a 1-point L. I know it took us all night to score.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I don't baseball. If one and done for baseball is significantly challenging, and so you talk about anything can happen on any given night. We've seen the 1990 Reds won against the A's that were thought to be one of the greatest offensive baseball teams of all time, but the Reds pitching just shut them down, and there was nothing that could happen. So if that can happen in a 7-game series, what can happen in a 1-game baseball game tournament is crazy, which is why all the games are really exciting, because you almost have to go undefeated to even advance in this tournament. So I thought it was very exciting. I thought it was a great kickoff for baseball. I think they need to do this every year before the baseball season starts, because it makes you way more interested in seeing how some of these players play in a major league. So I think it was a win-win for the MLB more than it was a loss for the UST.
Yeah. What I will say though, this is the second time, because it happens every 3 years. America lost 3 years ago to Japan. So this is the second. This is the game that we created, and we have went down back-to-back WBC championships. Now Venezuela, then it was Japan. But what I will say for America, they did not put the best pitching staff that they can possibly put together with American players. You see, the guy that started is actually going to be a rookie this year. He's going to be a damn good rookie, but he really, it's a lot of American-born players that did not play in this tournament. And I'm not trying to give any excuses. Venezuela just played fantastic. But what I will say is Aaron Judge, before we get to the football and we get to college, solo on sports, Aaron Judge, and I know this is just an exhibition. This is not the World Series, but we've seen Aaron Judge struggles in the World Series. We know he is lights out in the regular season. Aaron Judge, he couldn't hit the pitch, man. What's going on with Aaron Judge whenever it seemed like it's when the lights are the brightest?
The Judge did not show up for court, like I said a few minutes ago. He's done it, and he even made a comment during this tournament saying that this tournament is bigger than the World Series. Well, you know, because you don't show up for the World Series, just like you don't show up for the WBC. So he's used to not showing up in big moments. I know Yankee fans are like, yep, that Aaron Judge, that's a guy we know. He hasn't changed much.
That's crazy work, because he got up right after Bryce Harper. The momentum was going in the USA's direction. Bryce Harper just hit the 2-run home run. He was up next and just went. He was out. That was an opportunity for him to get on base and potentially get the game to go ahead score. That could have at least put in extra innings. But you know, it is what it is. Mike, before we get on to the football aspect of the show, what did you think about Aaron Judge not showing up again when the lights was the brightest?
Well, the Yankees are known for having Mr. October, right? I grew up on those Yankees. It was a guy named Reggie Jackson. I don't know what happened April through September, but I know what was happening in October, and that was Reggie Jackson time. Now the Yankees have Mr. April. He's great. April through September. But come October, no. I would not let him date my daughter all baseball season until October. Then she can go out with him anytime she wants to, because I know he's not gonna score.
Well, I feel sorry, because I think Aaron Judge is the second best player in baseball, of course, behind Shohei Ohtani. But this is the thing. He made that comment, but Derek Jeter, my favorite player, Derek Jeter comes on and said, if y'all think the WBC is bigger than the World Series, you must ain't played in the World Series. Because you talk about Reggie Jackson, we talk about Mr. Cool, the captain, Derek Jeter. Y'all can say what y'all want about Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter's a winner. He's a five-time champion, and his bat comes to life in the postseason. You never seen Derek Jeter cheat. I mean, get choked up or not be ready for the moment. So Aaron Judge, he sat down with Derek Jeter. I wonder if some of that is going to rub off on him, that championship caliber type of play. Let's see, because we know Aaron Judge is going to hit 50 to 60 home runs this year. He's going to bat 120 RBIs. He's probably going to bat over 330 this year. But what, like Mike said, what are you going to do come after September 30th and we get to October 1st? What are you going to do? And sometimes going into November.
Hey, Tony, everything you said about Derek Jeter is 1,000% correct. Everything that you said about Derek Jeter is 1,000% correct. But it does not surprise me at all the coddling that is happening coming from you about Derek Jeter. I guess we'll talk about Tony Parker later in this show. I mean,
the light-skinned brothers get
when we're talking about Aaron Judge, you know, I mean, it just doesn't stop on this. At some point, man.
Why do you get mad? Because they're very good at what they do. And I mean, and I will say Derek Jeter was a hell of a basketball player from Michigan, in the state of Michigan. He was really good in basketball as well. But shifting gears, man, great. Congratulations to Venezuela for winning the WBC. Now America got to sit on this loss for 3 seasons. They got to wait 3 more seasons for them to get their get back. And let's see if they even can do it. Let's see if they can even get their get back. But Soul on Sports, man, it was a big deal that happened yesterday. We wasn't on the air, but the Denver Broncos, who have made no postseason, preseason trades or free agent, but they went and landed pretty much the biggest trade, pretty much maybe of the offseason, getting Jaylen Waddle for the 30th pick overall and some other draft picks later on. But that was the most notable pick going from Denver. I mean, coming from Miami to Denver. Miami just said, fuck it, we not trying to win at all. If I'm Malik Willis, I think they're trying to sabotage him. Solo Sport, talk to me about this move, Jaylen Waddle going over to the Denver Broncos.
It's a good move for the Broncos. Giving up, they gave up a lot of high draft picks for a number 2 wide receiver. I'm not saying Jaylen Waddle's not good. He's a very good receiver. I just don't think he's a number 1 to give up first round picks for a guy that's not really a number 1. But Denver said, hey, we really need some more weapons for Bo Nix. So I think it's a good move for them. And I think Miami, hey, man, we had all these expensive players. We weren't winning. And we might as well dump some salary and lose cheap. If we've been losing expensive, now we're just going to go ahead and lose cheap. Malik Willis, I'm pretty sure he knew what he was getting himself into. He kind of knew that he was probably going to a rebuild somewhat. And they really rebuilt. And they got a lot of draft picks the next couple of years. So if they can hit on those draft picks, maybe Miami can get back. Well, I don't say, hell, they ain't been good in so long. Maybe they can get back to maybe being a wild card team because Miami ain't been good at football, at least the pro team, in quite some time.
They made the playoffs with Tua. Remember, they made the playoffs.
And they lost the first round, right?
They lost to Kansas City. Then the other game, he got hurt, and then they lost to Buffalo. But it was
Tua got hurt. Tua got hurt.
Yeah, you believe? Wow. Can you believe that? But wow. I think they sabotaged my man Malik Willis. But one thing, what I will say, Malik Willis, he out of his 2 years, $65 million, $45 million is guaranteed because he knew what the fuck he was getting into. He said, "Fuck no." Hey, Eagles Philly said, "Good evening, good brothers. Keep doing your thing. Stay safe and stay blessed." That's our man all the way from Philadelphia, PA. Donald said, "I think it makes a big difference for them getting in the big play threat." But Vegas had them finished in 3rd in the division before the trade and 4th in the division after the trade. They saying that the trade doesn't mean anything. Mike, the people champ, talk to me. Jaylen Waddle, I'm pretty sure that Jaylen Waddle would have helped out the Denver Broncos last year on that run. And they said they flirted with him potentially. Buffalo had tried to get Jaylen Waddle and Denver tried to get him. I'm pretty sure they could have used him against the New England Patriots. What do you think about them giving up the 30th pick overall to get Jaylen Waddle over in Denver?
I'm not too upset about that. If you want to go with a known commodity and you want to add a proven commodity to Bo Nix's arsenal, and you expect that offense to take the next step, you got to get next step pieces. For Miami, they're committed to keeping their running back, who they believe in a lot. They can now take a 1st-round draft pick and go after the best receiver available. Willis appears to be a longer-term answer for them, so they're not in a rush, and he's not under the gun of having to go in there and turn the franchise around year one, because everybody can strategically see the game that Miami is playing, and it's not the short game. They're in the tee box. They're driving because they're nowhere near the green. They're not ready to putt, so there's no chipping here. And so with that being the case, I don't have no problem with it. And like all of this stuff, we'll see how it pans out once the pads start popping, because we can say a lot of shit in March don't mean nothing until you lace them up and put the boots on.
That's true. King Mink said, showing love to the Against the Grain Sports crew, some real good dudes right here. I love all. And we're doing 10 strokes this year. That's crazy talking to Mike because I'm already doing 10 plus. Eagles Philly says, shout out to WNBA and the WNBA Players Union. It will be a season. I'm really happy that because Philadelphia gets ready to get a WNBA team in 2030. Big shout out to them. I think their base salary went from like $66,000 to $300,000. So that's a big step.
Oh, most definitely.
Very, very big step. And that's going to make the game more enjoyable. Maybe some of the players won't have to go overseas in the offseason. They can stay stateside and make the league a little bit better. But my thing with Jaylen Waddle, I know, so you said that he's a number 2. I think he's a number 1. He put up number 1 numbers. He had over 100 catches a couple seasons. Matter of fact, he broke the rookie record or was close to it, having 100 catches as a rookie. He did it alongside Tyreek Hill, multiple 1,000-yard seasons. I think when you go to Denver, who they've been playing, when they number 1 has been Cortland Sutton, who just made the Pro Bowl this year. Now, you put some speed out there. That's one thing that Denver has been lacking, is a receiver that can be possession, also take the top off the defense, and that's what Jaylen Waddle does. And they gave up the 30th pick in the draft, which is almost relatively a high second-round pick. And what would you gonna get if you Denver? You're not gonna find a receiver at the 30th selection that's gonna be better than Jaylen Waddle. So why not go ahead and grab a guy that's already proven that he can be the guy that can take the top off of defense? Him with Bo Nix. Bo Nix will be back. He'd probably be healthy in the next month. So I'm really impressed with the move, giving up the 30. And they also get a 4th-round pick from the Miami Dolphins, and the Miami Dolphins get some later-round picks from Buffalo. So it ain't like they just got Jaylen Waddle. They also got a 4th-round draft pick. In some cases, in about a year or two, that guy can be a starter. So I think Denver sat quietly, saw what everybody else was doing, and said, fuck it, let's jump in. And they made a big splash. Donald said also, the WNBA, their Supermax now is $1.4 million. So that is really big because Caitlin Clark is going to automatically be a Supermax player. Angel Reese, Pays, Buckets, all those, just to name a few, hopefully. And then Juju will be here in about a year. So she'll be coming in, being able to make Supermax money. So that's good stuff right there for the WNBA. Big shout out to them. But before we get to this, Andy Dalton also just signed with the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Eagles actually traded for Andy Dalton. I mean, Andy Dalton, and Andy Dalton was in the same draft as Kaepernick. He was in the same draft as Kaepernick, and Kaepernick still got more playoff wins than Andy Dalton. That's crazy work, and Kaepernick ain't probably played in like 7 or 8 seasons. But this was intriguing. So Max Crosby has been silent through this whole ordeal of what happened with the Ravens, but he has spoken out against what the Ravens did. Did you hear the story, Mike? Did you hear the story that Max
I heard
Crosby,
some of it.
He was saying that he was going to meet up with the coach, and he said the energy was just different. I'm not sure what that is. He said the energy was just different. He never got an opportunity to even meet with ownership. I think he met with the coach. But so what did you think about Max Crosby actually speaking out and showing some emotion about this? He was really pissed off that trade didn't go through.
He was saying things, Joey, like they flew him into DC and not Baltimore, and they had to rent a car, and he had to fly commercial. He was saying all type of things that he didn't like the way that. I thought Baltimore was more professional than that. I mean, if you're making a trade for a guy, you would think they would send a private jet for him. But it's just, we're talking about an NFL team. We're not talking about a high school team. You would think they would have sent a private jet for him, but maybe they knew already before they brought him in there that they were going to back out of that damn deal. It's it makes Baltimore look bad. Long term, I'm pretty sure other free agents, people that's going to be looking to get traded, going to be like, well, I don't know about Baltimore. I don't like where they do business. It's really a bad look for them because Max Crosby is one of the most respected superstars that we have in the NFL today.
You know what was crazy? they said that when Max Crosby was supposed to go up there and meet with the ownership, they were already on the phone with Trey Hendrickson. They were on the phone with Max Crosby in the building, and then the doctor came back and said, "Hey, your knee, we having some thoughts about your knee." And you know what was crazy? His doctor from LA already said he was good to go. He had already passed whatever physical from one of the best doctors and most respected doctors in all the NFL. They had already said he was good. Real quick before I get the mic, King Mink said, Jody, what the hell Stephen A. Smith say the Bills lost that trade since they didn't get Jaylen Waddle. So let me kind of explain that before I go to Mike. So last year at the trade deadline, the Buffalo Bills could have got Jaylen Waddle, but they did not want to give up this year's first round pick. They were going to give them next year's first round pick, but Miami wanted this year's first round pick. And their GM, who got promoted not only to GM but to the president, said, "Nah, we're not going to do that." And Stephen A. Smith said that he lost the trade because you know what Josh Allen could have did with Jaylen Waddle in the lineup. I think that would have probably got them to the Super Bowl because they lost a close game in Denver. So I think that's why Stephen A. Smith said it, because the GM did not pull the trigger and the head coach get fired, but he gets the promotion. That's that bullshit and hypocrisy that I don't like when it comes to bullshit like that. But that's another story. Mike, what did you think about Max Crosby actually speaking out against the Ravens? And he was upset about that shit.
Well, in a lot of instances, he's got the complexion for the connection, because had it been Myles Garrett, he'd have been a malcontent. He's bad-mouthing organizations. Now we've got questions about if he used crayons in the 5th grade and everything else that's going to now become, a problem. He doesn't color in between the lines. Those sacks aren't really real because Cleveland's always behind, so he's just rushing the pass. Just crazy shit that they come up with, right?
Yeah.
But on the other hand of it, on a more universal level, these organizations, I try to tell people this all the time when they're complaining about players. And I'm like, if you think the players are something to deal with, the fucking owners are the most corrupt human beings on planet Earth besides politicians. They're worse than lawyers. They're the scourge of the earth, most of them. And so it's good that in real time somebody spoke out, because these guys will trade a guy right before the game, cut a guy as soon as he comes back from injury that he suffered on your team. And as soon as he's cleared, you cut him, They keep guys from they sign him. No, don't put him back out there. Do not put him back out there. Oh, we're tanking. Oh, you decided to win the game anyway? You're out of here. I mean, they'll do anything because there's really no checks and balance on them. And the NFL player union is the worst union in the United States of America. The Teamsters, whoever you want to talk about has a better union than their union. They might as well, I'm going to say it, and people ain't going to like it, but they are professional slaves. That's what they are. They just get paid well. But when you look at the rest of all the team sports and you look at them versus the other leagues, and the fact that they play the game that has the least expectancy and they still don't have all guaranteed contracts, should tell you where it is. Some of it is their fault, but a lot of it is not, because on a basketball team, the top guy makes a couple $100 million, the bottom guy makes $45 million. In the NFL, the top guy might be at $100 million, and the low guy is getting the league minimum.
Yeah, but you got 60 players you got to play in the NFL, Mike.
That's what I'm saying. So therefore, the pay discrepancy is huge. Like baseball has a lot of players to it, but the pay discrepancy isn't as huge. So asking a dude that's only getting $750,000 a year, right, versus a dude that's getting $25 million a year, our interests are not quite the same. Your ability to hold out is greater than my ability to hold out.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because Donald said that's why I'm always for the players doing all the holding out and doing all the diva stuff, crying and all, because the organizations and leagues don't give a damn about you. Always make sure you and your leverage when you can get it really against them. My thing on this Max Crosby thing, first of all, the disrespect of already having fucking Trey Hendrickson on the fucking phone, and then the GM gonna try to get out there and try to save face that we were trying to get Trey Hendrickson and Max Crosby. No, the fuck you wasn't. It's no fucking way you could have afforded both of those edge rushers who are going to be two of the highest paid non-quarterbacks. You're going to put the two non-paid highest paid player on the defense, and you still got to restructure Lamar Jackson deal, and you're still trying to get other pieces on this team. Get the fuck out of here. That was some bullshit. Second thing, you going to get this man, you going to make this man fly coach from Vegas, and he still had to drive 2 hours. How disrespectful. This is the guy you supposed to be courting. If I was getting the player of Max Crosby's ability, I would have went and got the motherfucker myself if I was the owner. I would have been like, nah, I'm going to ride the private jet. When he get on the private jet, we going to serve him up some good food, some good music, and get him. We going to roll the red carpet because this is a guy that could potentially get you to the Super Bowl because they got zero rushing of the passer last year. That's why they missed the playoffs for the first time in a couple years. So Max Crosby coming out and being upset about it, I have no problem with it because Mike is he's fucking right. He's right. The fucking nobody protects it. And then when you say something against the monster, now all of a sudden, watch how these stories start coming out about Max Crosby. Watch all this stuff. He wasn't really healthy. Watch all these reports come out about his knee. They knew he had a fucking surgery. He's ahead of schedule on his rehab. Motherfucker, why did you even try to make the deal? What it was is you seen that y'all could get Trey Hendrickson and not have to give up 2 first-round picks, and y'all reneged on the deal. And that's what the NFL should have said. Fuck no, you already signed on the dotted line. You already committed to this. Y'all should have went ahead and made them do it. But once again, like Mike said, the NFL is not going to hold nobody accountable because what I don't fucking like is we got bad organizations in sports because the family does not want to relinquish their fucking family business to anybody else that know about fucking sports. So they keep putting motherfuckers that don't know shit about sports in analytical positions to make decisions on roster spots. And that's why y'all keep getting the poor product with all these teams in the NFL, MLB, and basketball. They get poor fucking products because they got family members in their organization and who they know and somebody's cousin instead of getting motherfuckers that are qualified for the fucking job. That's why Max Crosby should be able to speak out against this shit, and Baltimore should be held accountable, and they actually have to give up some fucking draft picks. What do you think, so?
Well, Joey, I blame the NFL for some of this also. I don't like this tampering shit they have going on before free agency. You leave that door open for teams to be able to do this same type shit that they just did. We can have a deal with this. We just write it on sticky notes. But in 4 days, we can change our mind. So I blame the NFL. To me, like you said, if we're negotiating, we're going to make a deal now. But if NFL is allowing these teams to do this tampering bullshit, I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often. Another thing is, man, the salary, I think they need to get rid of the fucking salary cap. I'm sorry. Get rid of the salary cap. You tell these billionaires how much money they can spend. This is bullshit. Let's make some super teams out here. Let's see who's got the most money. And let's make these great football teams. I don't even like the salary cap. I think it's stupid in the first place.
Yeah, you've been very adamant about that. And remember, they said, I'm gonna get to that, and I'm gonna get to Mike to get the final thoughts so we can move on to this college basketball. But Akeem Ming said that's cold-blooded. Donald said they flew him in further so they can buy some time to talk to Trey Hendrickson. So Donald, I didn't even think about that. That's really a good strategy of okay, let's make sure we get Trey Hendrickson on the phone. Now we got 2 extra hours. Because I ain't never heard no superstar flying fucking commercial.
Was he on the Soul plane? Was he on the Soul plane?
He was on the Soul plane. Well, getting up here to Mike. Mike, so the final thought on this, and Jaylen Rose has said, and he took a lot of flack for this. He said that on his podcast that the NFL and the NBA are the only 2 leagues that got salary caps, and both of these are dominated by African-American players. Do you agree with that, Mike?
1,000%. I mean, look, go to college sports was the only 2 sports that have a requirement that you play in the NCAA before you go pro. You go pro in gymnastics out of high school, baseball, soccer, tennis, golf, all of it, except for where niggas gonna make money early. And now they want to complain about the NIL shit as well because too many niggas is getting money. They can't control it. And so it is what it is. It's not like we don't see it. We just are like coy foot about saying it. This is why when the Ryan Clarks of the world are crying about the most insignificant shit that he could have tears about, but it be the real issues like this that they should be harping on repeat on all of these fucking platforms that all these motherfuckers say they about these days, but they can talk about Stephen A. Smith doesn't like Jason Whitlock and said some more crazy shit. But when it's the real shit like this is the guts of stuff. Last week when all them white men went up to the president begging, kissing his ass to try to stop the NIL, and you got fucking Nick Saban up there, the most corrupt motherfucker that's ever coached college sports known to humanity, gonna convince everybody in the world that motherfuckers just start going to Alabama out of the clear blue to Tuscaloosa fucking Alabama versus USC, Miami, Ohio State, all over the country. Motherfuckers just said Nick Saban because you won one championship at LSU and quit on the Miami Dolphins. We're all going to collectively start going to Alabama so that you got 8, 9 offensive tackles that's 5 stars. Where dudes can't even play because you got so many. And you're going to tell me that there was no suitcases and stuff going on. The last time Nick Saban was clean was when he was at Michigan State.
And I don't even think he was cleaner. This is what I'm loving. This is, Mike, I love it. Keep that energy. Because Solo Sports, talk to me about what Jaylen wrote, because you know what they tried to do when he said it. Why it always got to be about race? Because we the only motherfuckers that get the short end of the stick. That's why I got to be about race. You don't see nobody complaining about baseball salaries.
No.
Because they get whatever the fuck they want. And the powerhouses, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the teams that got the most money are the ones that consistently fucking win. The Yankees got 27 fucking pennants. You think that's by design? And then the Jets are fucking trash? Solo Sport, what do you think about what Jaylen Rose said? The only 2 sports that have a salary cap is basketball and football. And both of those are dominated by African Americans.
There's a lot of truth to what he's saying. And we a lot of people like complain about what the money these guys are making. Oh, NBA players are making $60 million a year. Do you know what their owners making? You got a guy like LeBron. Joe, you talk about it all the time on here. Well, people like or don't like LeBron James, but he's done a lot for this sport. They could think, like you said, Joe, the TV deals that they have in the NBA now, they wouldn't have it without LeBron James. So that $60, $70 million they're giving LeBron James is a drop in the hat compared to what he's actually done for the league. So if you're paying the man what he's really worth, he should be getting more money than what they're actually giving him. But you're right, man. The salary cap is hindering things because the owners are still fat in their pockets. I'm not saying they own the team. They should make a lot of money, but we wouldn't have a league without the players. And until that changes, we're gonna continue to have these fucking problems.
And see, hold on, Mike. And this is the problem I got. I'm gonna go to you, Mike. I'm gonna let you get the final thought. This is my problem with the salary cap. Is every team in basketball and football have the same salary cap? Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
So why the fuck is still some weak ass fucking teams, and all of a sudden they can't keep players, they can't get players to get there, they can't get free agency. They can't get free agents in Minnesota. They can't get free agents in certain cities. And you can't say it's the weather because Sacramento don't have bad weather. Last time I checked, the Phoenix Suns don't have bad weather down there. Football teams don't even give a fuck about the weather because at some point in time, majority of the teams are on the East Coast or the Midwest, so it's going to be cold at some point in time. So my thing is 2 sports that got salary cap and you still got really fucking bad teams. The sport that does not have a salary cap seem to have a different champion. Almost, if you look at college, you look at baseball. Now I know the Dodgers and the Yankees have dominated the Red Sox, but if you look at it, the Cubs don't win a championship, the Royals don't win a championship, the Anaheim Angels, the White Sox don't win a championship in the 2000s, the Reds don't win a championship. Everybody, the Atlanta Braves, all these teams have won championships, yet and still they don't have a salary cap. And if you go look at the 30 teams in baseball, majority of those teams have won World Series. But if you go to football and basketball, it's a ton of them that even my Browns never even been to a Super Bowl. If you go look at basketball, there's a lot of teams that ain't even been to the finals. So, Mike, final thought on that.
Well, I didn't get to say my thing about Max Crosby, and that's what I wanted to say is, they basically treated Max Crosby like, Jody, I think you got multiple vehicles, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes the chick you're going to pick up in your little basic, pick me up ride, and you're going to take her to Chili's, and you're going to get her back, to the crib. And, she can't spend the night, no toothbrush, no nothing. It's just, you got to go. But then you got that one chick, and you go pull out the Jag or the Porsche, or I don't know what the hell you got by now. But that particular car, that one that just the top comes down and you riding all across it. Then you go, and then you don't pick her up and take her to no bullshit. You're going to go to Jags or Fleming's or something like that. The meal going to be about $3.50, whatever the case may be. And that's how they did Max Crosby. They treated him like a $2 horse. They probably gave him $40 on the way out. Like, thanks for your time.
But Mike, you know what's crazy about the Max Crosby? He said he went up there to talk to the owners. He said when he shook their hand, he could tell the energy was off. He said that the owners or the coach's face went blank, like they know the deal was done. But he had just got off the phone with his own doctor saying that he was good.
Man, see, Max Crosby, just like most females, they think they 10s. He should have realized when they sent you the commercial ticket, my nigga, you should have started realizing right then and there that something, who the hell is flying on any commercial flight that a team wants that player and they send all these owners got private jets or access to a private jet. There's nobody flying coach, brother. So if females, let me tell you something. If dude show up in a Plymouth, he's not really taking you serious. He's just taking you he's just taking you for a ride. Because I'm telling you, you got to be able to read the tea leaves out here. And commercial flight ain't it.
Mike, at the very least, why didn't they have a limo pick him up at the airport? Why is he dropped? So he had to get a rental?
Jody, first, I'm start with the flight. You ain't even got to get to what should have happened when he touched down. It should have been a limo and some bottles and the owner and all of that. A helicopter at the airport. Something.
You're right. You're right. I know they got access to a helicopter, but I'm glad he spoke out, and I'm glad he didn't make it a big ordeal, but he said what he had to say. He's moving on. He said he's a Raider. He's getting healthy. I hope he go have a ball out season, man. I hope he have a defensive player of the year type of season, but not over Myles Garrett. But
It's still a chance he can get traded. You never know about trade.
Yeah.
I mean, we got these draft coming up. You never know what's going to happen.
Because now, really, Vegas has spent so much money because they thought they traded him. Remember, they picked up all those people. I don't even know if they can afford him for real.
Well, they probably can't. They're gonna have a quarterback on the rookie deals. They can probably still afford him.
Yeah, but they spent a lot of money on it.
They did spend a lot of money.
But now let's get to what we came here to do, man. March Madness, we got a playing game. So before I even get to the playing game, and the reason why I'm going to you first is because your Texas Longhorns already got March Madness started off on the right foot. A game-winning shot to win 68-66 over NC State, where they tried to get a fucking game away. They were trying. I don't know what they were up by like 9 points with 1:40 to go, and next you know the game was tied. So what did you think about them moving on? Now they're playing against BYU, and what are their chances against BYU?
Two bad basketball teams. Texas just made one more shot than the other team. Honestly, BYU is probably going to dog walk them in their 6 versus 11 matchup. But you never know. With the tournament, anything is possible. BYU is a one-player team for the most part. He's really good. But I just don't see Texas beating BYU in the first round. No, I think BYU will probably take care of them in the first game of the tournament tomorrow. They play tomorrow.
Yeah, they play tomorrow. They got to play out in Portland. Mike, the people chat, man, I know that was right here in the city of Dayton, man. The game went over past 12 o'clock here, and Tremont Marks hits his game-winning shot for Texas, which ended up being his 5th of his career in Texas. I didn't know that. He didn't even know that when they brought it up. Mike, what did you think about that? The Texas Longhorns were doing everything in their power to lose that game, but they end up winning that game 68-66, and they move on to play BYU. And who do you have between BYU and Texas now?
Okay, so now that Texas is officially a basketball school in 2026, they make the postseason tournaments. They don't get to eat at the meal table before the football team, but they're more accomplished than the football team. I know that. But that'll be a story for another day. I just thought I'd make that known to the world. But I didn't think this team should have been in the tournament at all. Nor NC State. So that'll let you know where I'm starting at. And I think that BYU basically just has the best player on the court. And I think that will be enough to get past Texas. But again, hey, Texas, they did what it took to get in. There's a lot of oil money down there. So,
I was impressed with the game winner, but I was more disappointed on them not even able to handle the press. You're able to handle the press in junior high. They basically was throwing the ball off of knees. They was throwing the ball out of bounds. I said, NC State is going to actually win this fucking game. And then NC State did the cardinal sin at the end of the game when they got the turnover. It was 17 seconds left. The shot clock was off. And this is a guy that came from Michigan State who had been in the tournament, Tremont Holtman. He goes, attacks the basket with 17 seconds left in the game. He gets fouled and only make one free throw. You hold the ball for the last shot. Either you make it and you move on, or you miss it and you go home. But to go and attack the basket and give Texas another opportunity, I feel like that's why they lost that game. And that goes back to coaching. NC State, like Donald said, he told y'all NC State was garbage. Both of those guys were first-year head coaches with their teams, and it showed in the late parts of the game. Because why the fuck are you attacking the basket with 17 seconds to go in the game, and it's a one-possession game? A two-pointer wins the game. So Texas got away with one. Yeah, I think BYU gonna dog walk them in the next round. AJ is on the mission, and don't forget about Robert Wright the third. He's really good over there too. So, but that's gonna be interesting. And then you got to think BYU is going to Portland.
Yeah, that's
Texas
home game.
got to go from Texas to Dayton, from Dayton to Portland, and then they got to play on Thursday, and they finish that game after midnight.
Yeah,
that's crazy. They should have made them play Friday.
Did you see the assistant coach from Texas ran on the court after that guy made the jumper? What the fuck are you doing? That coach laid into his ass after that, boy.
He should have. What if he got a technical foul, and then it would come
what
on?
What are you doing?
Like, you got to think. You got to think more than the fucking players. But Mike, the people's champ, man. We got to play in another one.
Oh,
and it's Mike, it's going to be a packed house at UD Arena. The Miami of Ohio Red Storm is going to be, you're going to see nothing but red in that stadium going against SMU. I think it's a better team. But Miami of Ohio is definitely going to have that place rocking, man. What do you think of this playing game? Who you got?
First 15 minutes will be exciting, and then SMU rolls.
Really? Hold on. No. Really?
The first 15, in fact, the first 10 minutes is going to be exciting. Those guys are going to be out there. They're going to be fired up now. And this is for somebody who totally believed that Miami of Ohio should be in this tournament. But at the end of the day, if you're losing to Massachusetts, I believe that's who they lost to in the MAC tournament.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Then I don't see you beating SMU, and I'm not thrilled with SMU. I don't know how all these teams out of the state of Texas made it with 13 and 14 losses. I don't know. I think we need to investigate this a little bit more, because I'm watching some teams that are in the NIT or some teams that backed out of the NIT, and I'm like, both of these teams should have been playing in that tournament. And there's one or two teams over there that should have been in this tournament. So
you've already said, Mike, that Texas is a basketball state now. Did you just say that? You said we don't know how to play football anymore.
I said the University
we're playing
of
in the
Texas
Cheez-It Bowl and all this other shit. So
I said the University of Texas is a basketball school.
Oh, okay.
But now I do agree with Houston and Texas Tech. I mean,
Texas A&M.
We'll get to those teams in a minute. Solo Sports, playing game right here at UD. Like I said, Miami, Ohio is literally like, what, Mike, is about 35 minutes away from here.
At max.
So they're going to come down like this is a home game. So And that place, UD Arena, can get really, really loud. SMU that's a long drive or flight. Do you think that Miami can? Would you? And if Miami wins, would you call that an upset if they beat SMU?
No, they've only lost one game all year. I mean, I know they don't play the round of competition that SMU plays, but I think they're gonna play with a chip on their shoulder because they believe they shouldn't be playing today. They think they should be in the tournament. So I expect them to go out there, like you said, basically play a home game and win this game tonight.
Yeah, I think Miami of Ohio wins this game. I know that Mike said they lost to UMass, but they did beat UMass twice in the regular season. So it's hard to beat a team 3 times in your own conference that knows everything about you, and you playing them every year, year in and year out. So even if it's a bad team, you're just not going to always roll over those teams, because look at what Duke struggled with Florida State. You know what I mean? So they only won by 1 point. But I think Miami of Ohio can win this game, even though I believe SMU going to have 2 of the best players on the court in Kevin Miller, and they also going to have the kid Pierre on that roster. Pierre averaged about 17 points a game. Miller averaged about 20. But I think after that, I think Miami has some players that can stack up with some of their role players. And like I said, the home court, and this is what March Madness is all about. Sometimes the underdogs come to play, and I just can't see Miami losing with all that fan support that's going to be here. So I can't wait to watch this game after this is over. So I got Miami of Ohio. So on sports, we got number 10 Santa Clara. They made the tournament after, I think this is the last time they made the tournament was when Steve Nash was there in 96. So they ain't made the tournament in almost 30 years. What do you think about them going against Kentucky? And I'm really surprised that Kentucky even got a 7 seed. I thought they'd be higher. Who do you got in this matchup?
Is Steve Nash playing tonight?
Man, they might. If it's maybe his kids. Is it his kid or is it Jason Richardson?
Oh, I think because Jason. Hey, I thought it was Leandra Barbosa's kid.
We don't know. She was giving up them draws.
Everybody was just leaving their semen in this lady, huh?
That's crazy work, man. I hope he divorced her. Oh.
Hey, Jody and Mike, as soon as he had the baby, it was kind of like a scene from Life. The grandpa walked in there and said, "What the fuck?"
I'll be the fan. Nah, but who you got this?
Oh shit! I'm going Kentucky Wildcats over Santa Clara, man. That's for damn sure.
Okay, Mike, the people saying, who you got? Santa Clara, the Kentucky Wildcats. Who you got? This is a game. All these games are Friday games. We already picked Thursdays.
I've got to go with Santa Clara. I mean, no, I got to go with Kentucky. I don't think they get beat the first day of the tournament. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. We're gonna make this a threesome, and Mike is Mike's turn to hold the camera. I think Kentucky actually wins this game because Ortea and Chandler, they have been playing really good basketball in the SEC in the tournament. I think, and then the big fellas down low is playing really well, Garrison. So I think that they're gonna be too much for Santa Clara. Santa Clara got a fucking at-large bid. That's a weak ass conference. If they talk, I would have rather seen Seton Hall get that spot. That's just me. But nevertheless, I think Kentucky beats Santa Clara. So that's a threesome right there. Let's keep it moving. Michael, the people sent. We got another school from the state of Ohio, the Akron Zips. They're going against the number 5 Texas Tech Red Raiders without All-American JT Toppin. Mike, who you got in this matchup?
I think he might have froze up.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
I'm going Texas Tech. I know Texas teams I normally pull for them. I got them beating Akron today. They've been playing some decent basketball even without their best players, so I think they can keep it going at least in the first round of the tournament.
Yeah, I'm agree. I think Texas Tech, man, because even when JT Toppins went down, I believe they went 5-3 without him. I think that Christian Anderson is going up his draft status. If a lot of people don't know who Christian Anderson is, you will know after this tournament. This guy has put up about 18, 19 points a game, and he gives you about 8 or 9 assists. He shoots the three-point really well. And don't forget about Atwell. He's one of the best sharpshooters in the country. Watts down low. So they still got a lot of talent. And it's crazy that not only did they lose JT Toppin to injuries, but the kid Williams that was balling out for NC State used to play for Texas Tech. So I got Texas Tech to keep it going against Akron. Michael, the people saying, who you got, Akron or number 5 Texas Tech in this
one? My coaching career highlight, one of them was coaching at the University of Akron. but it's going to be Texas Tech today. That's going to be how this rounds out. The MAC might be in for an upset, and without topping, Texas Tech could lose on any night, but I don't think this is the night where they're going to lose.
I agree. Okay, good stuff. Let's keep it moving. This is a no-brainer. Michael, the people said number 16, Long Island, going against Arizona. Not only, but Long Island got to travel, I believe, from Long Island to Portland. I think they're out there in that same region. They're going to make these dudes go 3,000 miles to get their head beat in by 40. Who you like, Mike?
I'm going to take Arizona. I mean, these kids from Long Island have nothing to hold their heads down about. They must have won their conference tournament. They've got some hardware to hang. This is a big moment for their school. Their name brand is out there. And they're just going to be playing the best team in the country. And there's no shame in that. Many teams in the Pac-10 lost to that exact same team. So if LIU loses in the first round to the best team in the nation, then what we talking about? But if LIU plays the role of David and slays Goliath, there'll be a whole lot to talk about.
Very true. Soul on Sports, I probably know what you. Matter of fact, I know you're gonna pick, but how much?
That's the thing, man. Can Long Island cover the point spread? I'm pretty sure they're probably 35-point underdogs in this basketball game. So I'm definitely going to go Arizona to easily beat Long Island.
Of course, Arizona wins this game, but I think this gives Arizona a chance to get healthy. They can Pitts don't have to play but 12, just playing about 12, 15 minutes in this game, so he can get 100% healthy. Don't play your starters. Let them get as much rest because this is a long run to the national championship. You got to win 6 games, and you can't win it in week 1. But this is a game that you can play a lot of your guys on the bench. Get those guys some good playing time. Don't play Jaylen Bradley, the Big 12 Player of the Year. Let him get some rest. Of course, Arizona wins by 35 in this game.
Can Bryce play in this game?
He redshirted. He can't play. I told you he lead the nation in high five.
Usually you can play so many games before you burn your red shirt.
This gonna be his only opportunity in this game.
Right.
I'm ready, coach. I'm ready.
Hey, so this is his preseason.
His one shining moment.
Hey, Mike, he lead the nation in high fives and chest bumps.
So what I'm saying is, like, while these guys are playing to end their season, if he gets on the court, he's playing to debut his upcoming season.
But hold on, Mike. And so he won't even be playing next year for Arizona.
Why not?
They got another recruiting class that's going to push him back even further. He might as well transfer and go somewhere else, get a big NIL deal and go somewhere else. Because if he stays at Arizona, he's never going to touch the court. And if he do, it's going to be in games like this.
Then why he go in the first place then?
Because he thought that he was elite player. He went over there off his dad's name. I'm not saying that Bryce is not good, but he's not that type of good. Sometimes when your dad is as good as he is, I don't know, man. It's crazy work, man. But Soul on Sports, we got another Ohio team. Wright State is literally about 15 minutes away from me. I live in Huber Heights. It's in Fairborn. Wright State Raiders won their conference tournament on the backs of a couple freshmen. They're going against one of the most disrespected teams in all of college basketball, number 3, Virginia. They're a very good team, but they don't get any respect, man. Who you got in this matchup?
Oh, I'm definitely going to Cavaliers in this game. I'm going Virginia easily over Wright State.
Hey, man, that's Ohio team, man. Show some respect.
Sorry, brother. That's how we're going to do y'all in September down here in Austin. I'm already talking shit.
Man, we're going to beat the oil. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike, we're going to beat the oil off them motherfuckers.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, it's gonna be a Diddy party down there.
I was gonna say last year humbled me, but it didn't. I'm gonna be talking shit.
It didn't. Why did King Mink said send Bryce James to Texas or Memphis? Memphis could definitely use some players down there. No disrespect, King Minks, but Penny Hardaway better get some shit together. He gonna be on the first thing smoking. Michael the People said number 14 Wright State won the Horizon Conference. Going against Virginia, who has 29 wins on the season. And they're a 3 seed, but whatever. What do you think, Mike?
I think that Virginia wins, but don't be surprised if this game is closer longer than people think. Wright State's got a good team. Virginia's probably a little bit better athlete-wise, but the style of play that they play lends other teams to be able to hang around. They don't blow anybody out. They just win. And so Wright State may be around a lot longer than people think.
Yeah, I think Virginia wins this game, but like you said, Mike, it's going to be a very close game. I think the guard play. See, they got freshmen playing in the backcourt for Wright State, and a lot of times during the tournament, either you're gonna barbecue or mildew in the playoffs. And I think that Virginia, man, very disrespected team, one of the best defensive teams in all the country, to win 29 games in the ACC, and you're a third seed. I was flirting with them niggas possibly getting the number 1 seed if they would have knocked off Duke. And now they fall all the way to 3, man. I think the disrespect and them having the chip on their shoulder. I hate that Wright State got to be in the way. And Wright State going to get rolled over by the Virginia Cavaliers. King Ming said, Jody and Saul shocked me yesterday and on how the two known about Elliot Perry and the Sox. I remember Elliot Perry playing for Memphis State, and then he went on to play for the Phoenix Suns. Hey, I told you I'll be knowing this shit, and I don't know why I know it.
I just remember them niggas socks. That's what I do remember them long.
He had the high socks and the goggles.
Yeah,
I remember when he played for the Phoenix Suns and was putting in work with Phoenix.
And everybody was asking me, Mike, is that your cousin? Is that your? Nah, I don't know that nigga.
So you don't know that nigga?
But he balled.
Mike, the people chat, man. We got number 15, Tennessee State, led by Nolan Smith. I know you love him. Sorry, Mike.
He's a dookie.
That's a low blow. Going against number 2, Iowa State, man. Who you liking this, Mike?
I like Iowa State. You know, this tournament is crazy, and y'all got to talk about this yesterday, I'm sure. But the disparity of the brackets this year is unconscionable, and I really only see one bracket that's really, really tough. The rest of this should be as close to Chalk City as you can get until you get to the regional round. But through the first weekend, there'll be no upsets, and I really don't see a lot moving forward after that until you get to maybe the regional final in most of these brackets except for one. There's only one team that got screwed as the number 1 seed.
Florida?
No, sir.
Who?
There is a bracket that has.
Oh, you talking about bracket? I thought you talking about. Okay, I know you talking about the one.
Yeah,
you got. They got St. John's at 5. UConn. Why does St. John's UConn in the same bracket? It's crazy work.
You got Puke, St. John's, Ohio State. TCU is a lot better team than people get credit for. They played very well down the stretch, and nobody gives that coach enough credit when he's one of the better coaches in the country. You got Kansas, you got Louisville, you got Michigan State, UCLA, UConn. Come on, man. How does that even happen?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure you got Iowa State in this game, right, Mike?
Yes, sir.
So on sport, how many points do Iowa State win by?
But they win by 4 scores 7 years. They're gonna win by 27 points easily. Yeah, if not more.
I think Iowa State get in this game. I think Tennessee State is gonna play with a little bit of passion because Nolan Smith is a champion. He's done it with the Duke Blue Devils, I believe, and he's going to bring that championship quality type of atmosphere to his team. But it's not going to be enough. Iowa State defense is smothering. They'll win by 36 points in this game.
And shout out to Nolan Smith. One thing that is a true statement is Duke players make great coaches. Absolutely. They don't. They're not difference makers in the NBA, but they're damn good as coaches.
Donald said Tennessee State in the tournament whole program turned around by a great Nolan Smith. How did I know he was going to say that? Soul on Sports. This is one of the ones that is tricky because Alabama is playing without their second leading scorer, Holloway. I don't think he's going to be available for this game. No. He might not be available ever again in college basketball. But we got Hofstra, who was led by Speedy Claxton, another Spur. He played for Hofstra, NBA great. Well, not great, but NBA player Speedy Claxton is the head coach. Who you like, Hofstra and Alabama?
So I'm assuming marijuana is not legal in Alabama because that's where he got popped, right? Or maybe the
Yeah,
amount. I think he had over 2 pounds, or
yeah, 2.5. 2.5.
yeah, maybe should have told him I smoke a lot. I don't know. I mean, shit, was he selling the weed or did he just have it with him?
I
I
would
don't
have
know
told
what
him
he
I was
did.
eating. I said I was eating that shit. I was putting it
Oh, regardless or not, man, Alabama, even without the second leading scorer out there, I still think they'll beat Hofstra. I think they'll take care of business in this one.
Okay, Mike, the people champ. Who you got in this matchup right
here. As much as I hate Nate Oates, I think that they will beat Hofstra and move and advance.
I'm gonna go against the grain. I think Hofstra wins it. I think it's just too much turmoil.
Upset.
This is one of my upsets. I think it's just too much turmoil going on down in Tuscaloosa. Your second leading scorer won't be playing. You had the guy that went to the NBA, came back. Remember, they kept trying to let him play. That kind of disturbed some of their groove and their chemistry on that Alabama team. Now, LeBaron Filine, lottery pick. I just don't. I think Hofstra is going to come up with the upset. We got to have some upsets. This is one of them. Mark me down for that. Alabama loses this game, and I just pray for the young fella Holloway. I hope he gets everything right. I don't want to bag on it because we don't know the whole story, but I'm hoping that everything turns out right for that young fella, man. Michael, the people said we got number 9 Utah State going against number 8 Villanova. Who you got?
I like the way Villanova fought back to have a good season this year. They play in the Big East. Utah State, it's an 8-9 game, so it's like picking boogers,
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to be more traditional here and go with Villanova. They've played the St. John's. They've played UConn. So I think they're a little more battle tested and prepared for this.
Hold on, Mike. Is Jaylen Brunson playing?
I don't talk about Villanova that much. I just,
maybe Scotty Reynolds to come back and play. I don't know. He might have another year eligibility. I mean, we seen crazy shit. So on sports, this is a tough one. Number 9 Utah State played very well down the stretch, man. Actually had a really good season going against Villanova, who flew under the radar, and I believe they won 25 games on the season as well.
I'm going the slight upset. I'm gonna go Utah State 9/8. I think the 3 ball will be big in this game. When a team you're supposed to be better than, when you give them a chance to stay in the basketball game, they can beat you. So I'm gonna go Utah State with the win over Villanova.
You said they balls are big.
The 3 ball is big.
Oh, the 3. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about these. I thought you was measuring their balls. I'm like, that's
no, I don't know how to measure balls. That's not in my wheelhouse.
Hey, light bright. Ashley, she brightens up the show every time. She's going Utah State. King Mink said he going Villanova. I'm going Villanova in this game. I think they are a team that never got into the top 25 ranking, but they end the season, I believe, like 25-8. So with that, how the fuck you not ranked in the Big East at 25-8 is crazy work to me. But you letting other teams like Kentucky and Tennessee, both of those teams had 11 plus losses on the season. You kept letting them in and out of the top 25. But Villanova never was ranked, I believe, at any point in time in the season. And I think they went 25-8 on the year. I like Villanova. Another team like Virginia that's being overlooked. And both Virginia and Villanova in the last 10 years have won national championships.
Yeah.
So that's crazy work right there. But we know how it goes. Next up, this is a big matchup right here. So on sports, we got number 9, Iowa, 8 Clemson. Big Ten versus the ACC, man. Talk to me.
Dabo Swinney's coaching the Clemson Tigers in this game. Mike, you like Dabo? Mike, you like your little Dabo? Mike, you want some Dabo?
Well, I can tell you right now, there will be no transfer portal kids on this team. I probably would take Iowa.
No NIL money given out on this.
I'm taking another miniature upset. I'm going 9/8 again. I don't like anything about Clemson.
Okay. Ashley says she's going Clemson. Michael, the people said ACC versus Big Ten, Iowa versus Clemson. Very evenly matched team. Who you got in this matchup?
Because Dabo doesn't coach these guys, I'm going to take Clemson. I know a little bit more about them. Both these teams played in good conferences, so they're both battle tested. I just think that the metrics probably have them at an 8 seed because they're slightly better than Iowa. So let's go chalk here. So let's go with Clemson.
I'm going Indiana because Indiana gonna have the best player on the court. Their guard, Stencil, is averaging 20 points a game. He's a guy that could potentially go
Well,
in
I
the
can
mid.
assure you Indiana's going to lose.
Who?
He
Iowa.
said,
I said Iowa.
no, he said Indiana.
You
Oh,
said
well,
Indiana, bro.
well,
I know,
Indiana,
we know what you meant.
but Indiana definitely lost. But no, Iowa, they have the best player on the court. So I think that Iowa wins, and it's no surprise I'm picking the Big Ten team to win. Y'all didn't get it. Y'all didn't catch that.
I'm not shocked.
King Mink said he got Clemson in this matchup. Michael, the People's Champ. This is where the bullshit begins because why St. John's they're going against Northern Iowa. That could be a problem. Northern Iowa in the past have been known to upset teams, man. Who you got in this matchup right here?
No, I got St. John's. I mean, I wasn't here the other day. I'm sure y'all, I don't know if y'all did y'all Final Four picks or whatever.
No, we ain't did.
No, we haven't done that yet.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something. I absolutely love this St. John's team. I watched one of the best basketball games. I talked about it before I got off the show the other day when I mentioned St. John's and UConn was going to be the game to watch on that day. And it did not disappoint. The big boy in the middle, Etchicone or Etchicone or whatever his name is that plays for St. John's, he's commanding the paint. They've got extremely good wing play. They play great defense. Man, I absolutely love this St. John's team, and I think they're the dark horse team of this tournament.
And they got a lot of players over the age of 22, so they're veteran-led like a motherfucker. So who you got? Northern Iowa going against St. John's.
I agree with Mike. St. John's, they do play elite level defense. Their offense sometimes sputters, but their defense will keep them in every basketball game. So I'm going to take care of business, get Northern Iowa.
I'm gonna go St. John's, but it's not where y'all say it. I think St. John's is a better team than Northern Iowa, and I think they got one of the best coaches in Rick Pitino in college basketball history, taking his 5th team to the tournament. So, like King Mink said, he got St. John's making it to the Sweet 16. I think they win this one. I got to see who they potentially can play next, but
Rick Pitino a dirtbag?
No.
A lot of stories about him over the years. I don't know.
His stories ain't no different than any other coach's stories.
Let me tell you something. You'll never say nothing bad to me about Slick Rick. He can't help it that the hooker down there the assistant coach had the scandal going on in Louisville. He was just trying to set it out. And it just went a little left on him. And
he called him Slick Rick.
But stop it. Slick Rick came back and put his suits back on and shit. He cleaned him motherfucker on the sideline. He's in New York City. They love Pitino in New York City. He was the Knicks coach at one point in time. I fucks with Slick Rick all day long. 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on.
My thing with Rick Pitino, man, like I said, is if you look at every major coach, look at what happened with Urban Meyer. Look at what happened with Bobby Petrino. These coaches do shit, man. Look at what happened with Sharon Wright, even though they said he got set up because he was losing games. I told you he got set up once he lost to Michigan. And when Michigan lost to Ohio State, if Ohio State loses another time with Sharon Wright, the head coach, he wouldn't be fired right now. But that's another day. That's another story for another day. But Rick, is he a slum bag? I mean, probably 80% of Lane Kiffin for leaving. I mean, it's just a lot of coaches out here that you would probably say that about. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not the most trustworthy motherfuckers. I mean, let's be real, man.
But you don't hear no players ever talk bad about Rick. I have not heard one player that played for Rick Pitino that's ever talked bad about him. I've heard some of Krzyzewski's kids. William Avery will be the first person to talk about Krzyzewski if given a chance. Rashad McCants will be the first person to talk about Roy Williams if he could. I've never heard a player talk bad about Bob Huggins. I've never heard a player talk bad about Rick Pitino. And I could go on and on. So it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other.
But the thing, Mike, the reason why they ain't complaining because they was right there in the trenches with them. They was all getting homes together.
Doing the same shit.
Hey, man. Boy, y'all need to give me a segment to talk to y'all about college coaches. And I won't mention any names and the places that I was, the stuff that I seen firsthand. I'll never forget being at the coaches convention in Nashville. and I'm in a place of adult entertainment where professionals engage in their craft.
Were the lemon pepper wings there, Mike?
There were no lemon pepper wings, but that's the kind of establishment that I'm talking about. So I'm young and spry and I hooked up with another, young coach around the way. We're at the convention. All the coaches are there. We're hanging out, partying, having a good time. Then we decide to go up to the VIP.
Oh, okay. The champagne room.
We got lucky enough to go up to the VIP, the champagne room.
Okay.
As we are going up the stairs, I see guys that are coordinators and high-profile position individuals at a particular Big Ten school coming down the stairs from the champagne room. So I'm like, hey, man, I have been at locations where the location was rented out exclusively for entertainment for coaches.
Well, hold on, Mike. What did Chris Rock say? He said what?
There's no sex
in the champagne room.
Okay.
But this is the behavior I didn't see out of the coaches. Oh, good Lord. And Lane Kiffin is playing a funny game. I hope he don't get torched by the flame because he is teetering on that flame so publicly and so close right now. And I love Lane Kiffin. But see, this is why the fuck he couldn't focus at USC. I'll put it to you that way.
Yeah, I agree.
Him nor Stark could focus out at USC. The best thing they did was get to Alabama, again, where there ain't shit to do.
That's why Stark's wife was ready to leave his ass. Remember? Her little She was fine the motherfucker. She was ready to go.
Hey man, Stark was so out of control at SC. They said, hey man, you gotta go to treatment.
Yeah, he showed up drunk.
You gotta go to treatment.
Shit.
Bro.
Yeah, he was having issues, man.
No doubt. But let's keep it moving. Soul on Sports, we got number 10.
Yes,
Central Florida, led by Johnny Dawkins, the great Philadelphia 76er, going against number 7, UCLA. Donovan Ditt playing great basketball. Who you got in this matchup right here?
I think UCLA might be back. I'm gonna go Bruins in this game.
Okay, Mike, who you got in this one? You Central Florida or UCLA?
Man, this is the tougher game to choose. Once again, you've got one of the Duke greats coaching what they excel at as basketball players. So I know this team will be prepared.
You're always throwing shots, man.
Hey, man, look, Wojciechowski, Johnny Dawkins, Nolan Smith, John Shire,
Bobby Hurley.
Motherfuckers is everywhere.
JJ
Redick is bumbling his way through the Lakers with the Beastie Boys.
You said with 98 degrees.
Hey man, that motherfucker got NSYNC out there like.
Oh man.
Hey, so you'll appreciate this. He got Color Me Bad out there.
No, Mike, he got Hootie and a Blowfish.
There you go. LeBron's Hootie.
LeBron. Who you got in this, Mike?
Hey man, I want to pick UCF so bad, but I watched this motherfucking Mick Cronin, man. He is the most irritating coach in all of college basketball. Not because he's personally irritating, he just looks irritating. If you look at him, you just instantly get irritated. But he's got those guys fighting down there. I have never seen this physical of a UCLA basketball team in my life. UCLA is known almost for the same thing like the late, like fast-paced, the Toby Baileys, the Ed O'Bannons, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars, the high-skilled players. This motherfucker got a bunch of bruisers out there that's thugging it up. And I think that they're going to thug their way through this UCF game, even though Johnny Dawkins will outcoach them. But I just think this is more about the Jimmies and Joes and not the X's and O's.
Okay. Ashley Light Bright says she going UCLA. She seemed to be picking a lot of good winners. Donald said the great Johnny Dawkins, Mike, watch your mouth. He said it's crazy if you have no players that made the All-Star game since Vince Carter and not doing anything coaching. What is it, Baby Blue School good for then?
We'll ask Larry Brown. We'll ask Billy Cunningham. Never mind. Look, man. When it comes to championships, we're in a different league. We have more championships than Puke. All of our players have more rings than Puke. All of our coaches that have coached in the NBA have more champions. The best NBA coach from Duke is J.J. Redick. Let that sink in for a minute. I'd rather have Mitch Kupchak come coach the team and get a championship as from a general manager position. But J.J. Redick is their king.
Mike,
any way you try to cut it, Donald, you are the Big Mick and we are the Big Mac. You can't be mad at me because your bun has seeds.
Wow.
Mike, you are leaving out Wojciechowski. Remember what
Hey man, hey man, look, Ed Cody shook him up and Wojo slapped the floor on the next go down court and Vitale said, look at Wojo. He's gonna make a great coach one day.
Hold on, man, that's classic.
This man was playing in a Duke Carolina game and Vitale saw his ceiling and made the whole world know. I said, that, my friend, is what we're talking about. And the great Bobby Hurley just got fired. So I don't know.
Yeah, he did. Donald said, you just named a bunch of guys who are no longer relevant. Eagles Philly said, good show today. Good brothers, keep doing your thing. Stay safe, stay blessed. That's our guy. Eagles Philly all the way from Philadelphia, PA. And the weather should be getting better over there because it's getting better for us this week. I got UCLA. I watched UCLA play in the Big Ten tournament and down the stretch. They're really good at home. Y'all know I've been talking about Donovan Dent for the last about month or so, man. This guy has been playing phenomenal. He's going to be the X factor. You need great guard play to get somewhere in these tournaments, and he's the guy that can provide that. He's a good outside shooter. He dictates the pace of the game. And don't forget about Daly. The left-hand kid, he like Mike said, he's a gritty kind of guy. You would think a guy like that would have been at Michigan State. That's how Mike, he plays like he would have been an Izzo guy.
Did you see how they beat Michigan State?
They more physicality. So King Ming said he going UCF. Jen said she going UCLA, so she's going with me on that. So I agree with you on that one because I'm going UCLA. This one is pretty much a no-brainer. We got to give our hats off, Mike, to Queens. Queens is finally making it to their first tournament. They're going against number 2, Purdue. Purdue ended up winning the Big Ten tournament, knocking off Michigan. And to be honest, it wasn't close as the score even indicated. Who you got in this one? But really, how many points you think Purdue win by?
I only thought you went to Queens to find a queen. But
Queens Boulevard.
That's from a whole nother era. Donald probably doesn't know anything about where that just came from. But anyway.
You know exactly where he watch it all the time. They made a dumbass part 2. That was the dumbest shit ever. So who you got?
But I didn't even know that Queens had a college in it. So I am absolutely pleased because one thing about it is for sure, folks in or from New York think that basketball is their everything, right? It is their creme de la creme of all things because it's all concrete basically around them. They're actually struggle to have parks with grass and stuff because of how big the city is. And so, tackle football, where you going to play that at? You can't, these kids damn sure ain't going to play on the concrete. So basketball is their things. We've heard all about all the legends from New York. So to see Queens and LIU and St. John's, and I don't know if there's anybody else from New York in this tournament, but that's good representation. But this is going to be one and done for them. Those kids will be putting the white jerseys in one pile and the dark jerseys in the other pile.
You know about that.
The banquet will be next week.
Who making the macaroni and cheese?
This is going to be a potluck deal, so listen up for your names.
Yeah, that's crazy work. I wonder how many people they even got at the Queen's University. So Where do you go? I go to the university.
I go to the university. Hey, we already know we're all gonna pick Purdue. Have you guys heard the conspiracy that James from Good Times faked his death to get away from Florida Evans because she was holding him back? Remember Good Times, he died in a car accident. But there's a story out there that he faked his death and moved to Queens and started a new family.
Hey,
opened up a restaurant.
Yeah,
Hey, I did some independent research.
James.
Hey, I did some. Boy, I ain't forgot that dude on TikTok. Like, boy, I ain't forgot. Yeah, man. Hey, we all know Purdue gonna win this game, man. So there's no need to keep going. This is another game that's kind of no-brainer. CA Baptist. I think this is the first time they've ever been in a tournament going against Kansas. So we'll see if your boy, how often is he gonna check himself out the game?
He might not need to play in this one. He might be okay.
No, shit, ain't no telling though. Who you got? Well, we know you got Kansas, right?
Oh yeah. What the hell is that? What CA stand for?
I don't know. I have no idea. It just says CA Baptist.
I think it's California Baptist. I think.
Is it California? Okay.
They gonna need prayer. That's for sure.
Mike, you got who you got in this one? Because they must be pretty decent if they got a 13 seed and not a 16 seed.
Hey man, they could be the 10th seed, but in this game that they gonna play against Kansas, they losing. I think that's whether Peterson plays or not. If I was Self, I would not play Peterson 20 minutes in this game so that he owes me 20 minutes the next game. And I play his ass all 40 minutes that next game against St. John's, I believe, because Kansas going home, brother.
I will say this. In Darren Peterson's defense, he played 37 minutes in the last game he played in.
And they lost.
They lost, but he still played 37 minutes. I'm going Kansas in this one for sure. We got another no-brainer right here. Soul on Sports. We got Foreman against UConn. Basically, how many points is UConn going to win by? So
the Huskies. Jody, remember early in the season when you were talking about the Huskies, they were having an issue. They really weren't dominating teams they should have been dominating. They're going to dominate this team. I think they're going to take care of Furman. UConn with the easy dub, 40 points.
No doubt. Donald said, y'all ever meet that we have 40 still always talking about what he did in high school? That's all the Carolina guys.
Wow.
And then Ashley Light Bright said she got the Kansas Jayhawks.
Hey, Jody, could I ask you a question just real quick?
Yeah.
When was the last time Duke went to the final? When was the last time Duke won a national championship?
Was it when they had the whole freshman team when they had Okafor, or did they win another one after that?
About 2015 was the last time they won a national championship. We won it in 2017.
Yeah.
We won it in 09, we won it in 05. So Donald likes to talk about recent history, right? And he doesn't want to hear anything about the 90s or 80s at all. But I found this interesting stat the other day, just earlier today, that North Carolina has been to 5 Final Fours in the last 20 years, which exceeds the number of Duke. They have won 3 national championships, and Duke has only won 2. And when it comes to head-to-head competition in the Final Four or in the tournament versus North Carolina, guess what? Duke is 0-1. So whether he wants to make it past, current, look, if we play on the space shuttle, North Carolina is a better brand than Puke University. We're just waiting for him to catch up and get there if he just wants to continue down this path, because he likes to talk about nothing was relevant before the last, couple years. And I know if we take the last 5 years, we always there that night when that shot went in and Duke went home for the second time in 3 weeks after we stomped on Coach K court and sent his old ass to the final farewell. Man, tell him to stop. I'll stop if he stops.
Y'all crazy.
I don't think he's going to stop.
I'm not going to stop. I'm like Puffy. I ain't going to stop.
King Mink said UConn blows them out in the first half. Eagles Philly said, and this game is going to be in Philly. They got 4 games in Philly Friday and 2 games on Sunday. I'm thinking about going. Let us know if you go there. I want to see some pictures. Donald said last time they won Duke was in 2015, and he said who won the last game? That's what Donald want to know. Who won the last
We're
game?
even for the season.
If that ain't what he asked, though.
Yeah, I just made another point. It's two things can be true at once.
I got UConn. I think UConn wins this game by about 25 plus. I think Foreman because they got a big front line, and that could keep them close, maybe rebounding and keeping UConn off of the offensive glass. But after a while, the talent is going to prevail. Solo ball, Braylon.
I don't want a solo ball.
That's crazy work.
I want to.
You want the set?
Caravan, the big kid Gray, and the rookie Mullins. That's just too much talent on one team, and I think they prevail by 25. But it's gonna be kind of close early. You're gonna be surprised how close it is early. But I think UConn definitely wins that game.
Like I want to weigh in on this one too.
Donald said maybe those guys that won and sent Coach K packing are doing a good job with all their lottery picks and had insurance quotes. Y'all stupid as fuck, man.
I'm watching Jaylen Brown right now carry another Duke player to whatever heights he's gonna be at, but that's a whole nother conversation all for itself.
And I ain't gonna let you do that. Because since he been back,
get on my back. Just get on my back. I'm gonna drop 45.
Oh,
and I got 30 right now. Right now, I got 30. But anyway,
he came back. He came back and averaged 20 points already and 8 rebounds. And this dude was on the shelf for 300 days. Come on, Mike, don't do that. But last but not least, we got Missouri.
I didn't get to pick the UConn game.
Everybody, okay.
No, I didn't get to pick the UConn game. I started talking about Donald.
Who you got?
I got UConn as long as motherfucking Hurley doesn't have a fucking heart attack on the goddamn side. This guy is built to end his life on the sideline with these answers. Man, dude needs this motherfucker, the only motherfucker I know that needs to actually drink before the game. At least the wine, just something to level him out. Because he is out of control.
Do you think that since Bobby Hurley is his big brother is not playing, you think he's gonna bring him onto his staff?
I would. I'd hire my brother in a heartbeat.
What you think, so? You think that?
Oh, yeah.
For at least one season.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I bring him on definitely.
Yeah.
But I don't think that Bobby.
If they get along, shit, we don't know if they get along that well.
Yeah, they've coached together before.
Oh, okay.
I just think that Bobby is a good coach. I just think that Arizona State's Arizona State. You're not gonna. You're only gonna do so much at Arizona State, bro.
That's true. Michael, the People's Champ, man. Missouri, number 10 versus number 7, Miami. I was really upset that Miami got a 10. I thought Miami played a little bit better. Once another team that got 25-plus wins on the season, how the fuck is you a 7? And Louisville got a higher rank than him. Okay, anyway. Who you got, Mike?
Well, first of all, that's the problem. Miami should be playing South Florida, and Louisville should be playing Missouri. And Missouri is playing in St. Louis, which now makes Miami the underdog to me because this is a home game for Missouri, and I got them winning against Miami because I just don't. Miami is a good team. Missouri, they're closer talent-wise to each other, and then to put this team in St. Louis, where that crowd is going to be urging and pushing them on, they can get a little juice out of the crowd. That kind of gives Missouri the advantage.
Okay, so who you got?
Mike, I thought your Hurricanes thrived on these road playoff games. Last year, that playoff run y'all made, y'all went on the road and kicked everybody's ass. Maybe she had played their championship game somewhere else, maybe the one that. But all that being said, I'm pulling for Mike's Hurricanes to win this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Missouri because big shout out to my guy Steve Wright. Steve Wright is the coach on the staff. When I was a senior, he was a freshman. He ended up being one of the best players ever come out of my high school, out of Colonel White High School, man. Big shout out to Steve Wright, man. He's on the staff. In about 2 years from now, he will be a head coach somewhere at some university, man, because he's been around. He was on Cleveland State's coaching staff. He actually started at Princeton here in high school, Princeton and Cincinnati. Then he went to Cleveland State, and now he's with Missouri, man. So I see big things out of him. This is how he's going to get there. Missouri going to beat a very good Miami team. I think Miami got a raw deal by getting this seed. I think Miami could have been an easy 5 seed. I mean, 25 wins in the ACC is pretty impressive. But nevertheless,
you gonna get it. I know Ray ain't here, but this is gonna stop. Just a minute ago, you was talking about somebody's long defense, and then you're talking about raw deals and shit like this. But you think that nobody hears this shit. And Soul just let it go by, whatever. And I'm like, okay, so you're just gonna keep going. You're just not gonna stop.
Hey, listen, man, it's gonna get real greasy. King Mink said he got a Missouri. Ashley said she got Miami. King Mink said long what and raw. Y'all crazy work. Jen said Hurley. She laughing her ass off about what you said about Hurley, talking about he need a drink. But that's the pick-ons, man. We got. Can't wait till March Madness start tomorrow about 11 o'clock, 11:30. Get to your sports bars. Get your bets on. Get your bracketology in. You got until noon tomorrow to get your brackets in, ESPNs or whatever it is. We're gonna see how you do. But we at Against the Grain Sports, we're gonna get you paid. So I hope y'all wrote down some of these picks because we picked some upsets. I don't know where Mike just went. But we got one more thing we're gonna do before we get up out of here, man. We got the NBA game of the night. We got the LA Lakers on the road against the Houston Rockets. This game was just played Monday. The Lakers actually won 100-92. The Lakers look like I told you, a guy on the social media outlet said that the Lakers play a lot better when LeBron James is not playing. I'm starting to see what he's saying, but what I did see in this matchup, is that the Lakers blitzed Kevin Durant in the second half. He had 16 points in the second half, only 2 points in the second half. They was blitzing him, and every time they brought the double team, he was turning the ball over, stepping on the half-court line. I'm like, nigga, did you forget how to play? Boy, I ain't forgot. Did you forget how to play basketball? So what do you think? Who wins tonight?
Well, I picked the Lakers to win the first matchup. They depend a lot on Kevin Durant and to do everything. I knew for some reason, I don't know why the Rockets didn't try to get them a point guard during trade deadline. Are you serious about winning? I don't know. But tonight to get back Sengun, he'll be back. He didn't play a couple of nights ago. I think that'll help out Kevin Durant. I think the Rockets get them. They'll split this little mini series they got going on. I think Rockets get a win tonight.
When is Van Fleet gonna play any this year?
I don't think so, man. He need to go. He need to go see Jason Tatum's doctor. I don't know what's going on.
That's crazy work. Hey, Jen says she loved this time of year. Donald said the biggest game is tomorrow. Go Trotwood Round. Don't forget about Saturday, Pick Central. Saturday, they win. They play Sunday for the state championship. I'll be there. My nephew, Peanut Christian Coleman, will be playing in that game, so he can showcase his skills. Michael, the People Champ, the NBA game of the night, man. We got the Lakers and the Rockets. I think both teams will be fully staffed. We won't have a lot of players taking PTO in this game. Who you got in this matchup?
I'm gonna go with the Lakers because they have the best player on the court, and that's enough to beat Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is officially the best front runner to ever be in the NBA. And I say this because when he was at Oklahoma, when he was at Brooklyn, any place he's been where he was supposed to be the guy to carry us, either his toe is on the fucking line or he finds a way to drift off and Russ gets blamed for everything that went wrong in Oklahoma City when he actually was everything that was right about Oklahoma City. And now this motherfucker goes to Houston and he'll be on his burner talking about me probably tomorrow. But I can tell you right now, I'm 50-some years old and my shit good. So if we're gonna start there, then we can go there, because this lack of assertiveness as a leader on a team is ridiculous. And this is what Houston traded for him for, was to help the young guys get over the hump. But he's never been a leader like that. He's been a front runner or a co-host to Steph's greatness on Steph's platform, because Steph's greatness was saying, all right, man, I'll let you run with us, and I ain't even going to impede your shit. But I won a championship before you got here. I won a championship after you left, and you can't win shit without me. And that is who Kevin Durant is, and I don't want to hear nobody else talk to me about shit about his ability to carry a team, because he doesn't have it. He's got a great ability to fit in with the greatest team of his era.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Glenn? She said hello to the fellas of Against the Grain Sports. Hope you're having a fabulous Wednesday. Donald said, man, he said, man, they Rockets keep playing players on the court who can't shoot the ball. You can't be that good on a team with players who flat out can't shoot. That Thompson twin and Easton can't play in the NBA nowadays. Not being able to shoot the ball, you can't win. This situation right here, I'm going to go with the Lakers in this. The reason why I think the Lakers were a better team, and I'm going to tell you why they're a better team. You can say that they're a better team when LeBron James don't play. They're a better team when Marcus Smart is guarding your primary guy. Marcus Smart was going mano-a-mano with Kevin Durant, and he sacrificed about 5 to 6 inches. Pause.
Oh, goodness. Yo, Mike, we got to do something about this.
I told you. Continue, Jody. Continue on.
You couldn't just say, Joe, you couldn't just say he was shorter. You couldn't say that. You had to add the inches into it.
Yo, he is. He giving up feet. I don't know. But no, in all seriousness, I think he's the X factor on the perimeter that they have been lacking for quite some time. Marcus Smart brings a toughness. He brings the ability to defend on the perimeter. And then Ayton is playing some inspired basketball for the Lakers lately, which is opening up the court for Luka Doncic to do his patented step back. So you know about that. And then LeBron James, he just cleans up the mess. LeBron James still runs the floor pretty well. He's going to get downhill. He can still give you about 18 points a game. He can hit a couple three-pointers if necessary, but the guys that are getting the ball is going to be Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. Those are two primary offensive players on the team. And I think that playing against a Houston team that at times don't look like they play inspired basketball. I didn't see a lot of inspired basketball on Monday night. I watched that whole game Monday night. I just think the Lakers, if they don't have to face against the Spurs or Oklahoma City, they can win in the Western Conference. I'm just gonna say that. Donald said KD done what everybody else done. Won when you're on the best team and lose when you're not. Ashley, you stupid. She laughing. So what do you think about that?
I'm concerned, you, Jody. You're starting to drink the Laker Kool-Aid. Now you're a better man than that. You know better. You know the Lakers ain't the real deal, bro. You know they not, Jody. You know they not, bro.
So let's do this then. I'm not even gonna name Oklahoma City. I'm not gonna name the Spurs. I think both of them are superior to the Lakers. But the Lakers in the 7-game series, I'm gonna go to you, Soul, first, then I go to you, Mike. If the Lakers play the Houston Rockets in a 7-game series right now, who wins that series, so?
Oh, they beat the Rockets.
Mike, who wins that series, Lakers or Houston?
If Sagoon plays the whole series, I think the Rockets.
Okay. So let's go to the next one. Michael, the people champ. If the Lakers play the Minnesota Timberwolves, who wins the 7-game series?
Ant-Man.
Okay. So
I'm going to go Ant.
I think the Lakers can win that series. I think the Lakers can beat Minnesota in the 7-game series. All right, let's go to the next one. Soul on Sports. Phoenix Suns or the LA Lakers in a 7-game series?
Oh, they'll beat Phoenix.
Mike, Phoenix.
LA, but see, you said, I think LA could be, I mean, they can be, but who would I pick is a totally different issue. And I think I picked Minnesota because I don't think they can beat Minnesota in a 7-game. I picked Minnesota, but the Lakers could win outside of those first 2 teams that you mentioned.
And that's all I'm saying. If they get an opportunity, because they're gonna have to play one of the 2 teams, unless a 7 seed upset San Antonio and an 8 seed upset the Thunder, which probably won't happen. But they'll probably have to play them potentially either one of those teams in the second round. And I think those are only 2 teams that can beat them. Oh, well, what about, because King Ming said Lakers in 5 for the first one, Lakers in 6 for the second one, and then he said Lakers can make the Western Conference Finals.
Whoa.
Donald said Ant really the best player in the NBA right now, low key. His team is not as good as certain guys, but just might be the best player in the whole NBA right now. Talking about Ant-Man. So okay, so on sports, Lakers versus the Nuggets. Who wins the 7-game series?
Oh, I'm going a healthy Nuggets team will beat this Lakers roster.
Mike?
Nuggets.
This one will be difficult because if this is a second-round matchup where it seems that the Joker can't get out of the second round, he's only been out of the second round 1 time in his career. He's been in the league 9 years. if LeBron James had only got out the second round one time in his career, what would we be saying about a KD, a LeBron James, a Steph Curry? What would we be saying about an American-born player if they only had one time getting out of the second round, they got one championship, and they supposed to be the best player in the game? What will be the narrative?
We'd be critical of them.
So why are we? So Mike, why are we not as critical about the Joker?
I think the Joker's an international player. I think Joker was the second round pick. I think there's a lot of things that Joker has transcended everything about what he was supposed to be. And sometimes them not getting out of the first round really wasn't about Joker. It was their team wasn't the better team. Now, if healthy this year, going into the playoffs, they don't get out of the first round, then that would be crazy, right?
So what do you think? What narrative would you put if this was any other American-born player? Even if this was SGA, even because he was born in Canada, even if this was SGA, I guess because he played college basketball. Why is it the lack of criticism on the Joker? Because this is another year the Joker potentially won't get out of the second round because he's gonna have to go against San Antonio or Oklahoma City.
Well, those teams are better than he is right now. One of the knocks has been on the Nuggets that the Joker don't have enough help. We've been saying that for years. Come on, man. We got to say that dude ain't had enough help.
Well, how much help do you fucking need?
LeBron gets superstars every single year. I mean, he wants some more help. I mean, look at his point guard had one bucket the other night in the Laker game, in the overtime game, and he fouls out. One fucking basket. What the fuck you doing?
But we done seen Murray go off for 50 points.
We've seen Murray disappear also.
We talk about guys like Gordon, who was the top 4 pick in the NBA draft. Jamal Murray just made the All-Star game. Guys like Bron, they brought some of these guys over. I ain't saying they superstar players, but these are the players that they brought over to Denver. So I seen Dirk Nowitzki have more success, and I think he had less talent than fucking the Joker. Go ahead, Mike.
But Jody, here's the thing. So like Jaylen Brown's second best player on his team shows up. The Joker's second best player on his team it is erratic as all get out. Like sometimes Jamal Murray is hot, sometimes he is not. And when he's not, he is ice cold. He'll give you a 7-point game, bro. And that is not that that is totally unacceptable from him, but he will offer that up. And then when you take into account all the other role players, it is very incumbent upon the number 2 guy. You got to give me 18 or more every night as the number 2. You can't pull a 5-point game or a 7-point game out your ass, bro. And that's what the Joker is up against.
Hey, Mike, Jamal Murray's from Canada, so he's probably he don't realize he don't know if he's Canadian or he don't know what bacon is. He don't know if he's Canadian bacon, he's ham, he's turkey. He don't know what the fuck's going on. He's probably
and you remember when they had the other kid that they just sent out of there to Brooklyn and they brought Cam Johnston in.
You talking about Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, Porter Jr.
When Michael Porter was there, you got both of these light-skinned bandits giving you, well, one night they're gonna be DeBarge and the next night they're gonna be switched. You don't know which direction that they going in. And that's hard on a star player like that. You knew what you was going to get out of Jason Terry. You knew what you was going to get out of the little guard that locked LeBron up for a
JJ
Barrera. Just had LeBron on handcuffs.
Lock him up.
So wait a minute. So Kobe Bryant, when he won his second set of the second championships when Shaq left, the second best player was who?
The big man.
Paul Gasol.
Okay, no, I know who he was, but did you know Paul Gasol never scored over 19 points a game?
Yeah, but it was a different game then, though, Joe. It was a different game back then, though.
No, hold on, but hear me out. He never scored over 20 points a game for the Lakers. If you look at the Laker roster, and the reason why they didn't go three-peat is because Andrew Bynum got hurt. If Andrew Bynum don't get hurt, they probably beat the Celtics the first time. What I'm trying to say is, why is it that, okay, if Kobe Bryant who, if you look from top to bottom on these rosters, they're not loaded rosters. If you look at the Bulls teams of the 90s, they were not fucking loaded. Not the second set, but the first set of Bulls team was not fucking loaded, guys. If you telling me that Horace Grant, B.J. Armstrong, John Paxson, Cliff Levingston, Stacey King, if you telling me those niggas are studs, then what fucking game are y'all?
No. And the great Scott Williams, man.
Yo, come on, man.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here, man. He averaged like 6 points a game, man.
When the Bison Daily
NBA?
there?
He was on the second. He was on Bison Daily was on the second run. So
Did
that
you
second
average
run,
6 points in the NBA?
who?
Did you average 6 points?
Nah, and I ain't 6'10" either.
Everybody that's 6'10" don't average it.
It's a lot of people that average more than 6 points a game at 6'10". What the fuck you talking about? Scott Williams didn't even get no burn. Don't sit there and talk about the great Scott Williams. That nigga was a bum in the league.
You don't start that blasphemy.
He was. Don't act like he was sweet. Come on,
Jason Caffey.
Hold on, real quick. Donald said, I don't know what about got into Aaron Gore, but man, this second part of his career, he's a complete different player. He said it's hard for anybody to keep making runs deep in the playoffs. I think certain guys go so deep in the playoffs. There's a lot of players that in the league. I think certain players go to the finals so much people think it's easy when nobody else can do it. This is my thing. Tracy McGrady, prime example. Tracy McGrady never made it out of the first round, and look how much criticism that he received. And he was never the MVP. Like, Tracy McGrady never won the MVP. He was never second for MVP. The Joker has been either first or second in MVP run 5 straight seasons, and he got the one championship run to boot.
It's a team sport, though, Jody. You gotta have the right team around you to win a championship. We're not talking about tennis or golf. You gotta have the right team.
Tracy McGrady ever win a championship?
Look at all those fucking champions.
So you do know that the Joker now has that one caveat that's going to separate that championship gives you cover like no other. I get it, but it does.
It gives you cover, Mike. But this is the thing. Stop saying he's one of the best centers of all time because he's padding his fucking stats out there. You padding your fucking stats.
I don't think the Joker. When I see stat padding, I know it when I see it, and right now I don't see it out of the Joker because this man gives you everything that he's like a rag. I mean, you squeezing everything you can get out of him, talent and skill wise, for him to get those numbers. The man jumps 2 inches off the floor and gets 12 rebounds a game, bro.
I'm fucking with you. The Joker does. I'm fucking with you. He does give you more. He don't just stab pat. But it's crazy when I looked at some old Moses Malone film. They were saying Moses Malone was padding his stats on the rebounds. So it's like it's cool to say it about Moses Malone, who nobody ever watched the game because it's younger people saying it. But then if I say this, I said it on purpose. I don't think he does it. But if I say the Joker stat pad, what do you mean? What do you mean? But y'all just said Moses Malone was stat padding. And Moses Malone got as many MVPs as the Joker, and he got a championship his damn self. So how is the Joker better than Moses Malone?
Bro, Moses Malone was just missing shots and getting rebounds, and he'll tell you a couple times he did do that shit just to get the numbers. But I love you'll never hear me say a cross word about Moses Malone because he did what I needed to happen. My heart hurt when the Lakers beat the 76ers the year before. Moses got there and they kept beating the Sixers in the finals and shit. And then Moses got there and said, four. And it went four.
But he did have a lot of talent. He did have the doctor on there. He did have Bobby Jones and Mo Cheeks. They had a squad.
Mo Cheeks is a crazy name right now.
Bobby Jones?
Bobby Jones good. Yeah.
And who was the coach of that team?
Hold on. Who was the coach of the 76ers?
Billy Cunningham.
Cunningham.
And I want you to check, Donald, this is for you, homie. Check out where those 2 guys went to school at.
Hey, why did Donald say Will Chamberlain blocked his own teammates to score more points? That's crazy work, man. Hey, but we had a great show, man. Again, we won't be back on because March Madness, so we won't be back on until Saturday morning. We'll be talking about, at that time, we'll already know who's going to be playing in this field of 32, give y'all some chances to do your thing and kick it and have some fun and watch these games, get to the sports bars, whatever it is that y'all do. I'm going to try to watch every game as I usually do. for Soul on Sports, man. Give me your final thought as we get out of here.
Final thought, we talk a lot about tanking in the NBA, man. This Oklahoma City was playing the Brooklyn Nets today, and at halftime, the Brooklyn Nets had 24 points. They scored 11 points in the first quarter, 13 in the second quarter. And the NBA team scored 24 points at halftime. I don't get it, man. I know they're trying to tank to get these better players. Are they that bad of a team, or are they just purposely sitting there with good players on the bench to not win? I know Oklahoma City is good, but goddamn, they not 35 points better than you at halftime.
Damn, that's crazy work. Shit, I ain't got nothing to say about that. Michael, the people said, man, give me a final thought as we get out of here.
Well, my final take today, I just want to, I miss one of my fellow compadres. I'm not sure why I haven't seen him in a while, and I look forward to seeing him here soon at some point. But I do want to make this my final take, and is that I had no idea that the Ohio State loss to the Miami Hurricanes was going to send one of my fellow castmates into retreat to where he has been absent. We're in the basketball season. We're going to talk spring ball and all that. But you can come out of hiatus, bro. I know it's been tough. I know hearing my mouth about that's probably not what you want to hear. And yes, I am going to be belligerent, and I'm not going to stop anytime soon. If you think that soul swag is up, as he is now talking absolutely ludicrous to a team that he lost to opening game last year, and now he feels as if it's going to be on his home turf, and that it's going to be some role reversal of which I got a feeling that it might be more the same, but I can't speak for his program and all of that because we all going to be 0-0. But, bro, I miss you. Whatever is happening, whatever is going on, but I did not want that to be the reason why you've been unable to. You're kind of like Mace right now. When he gets ghost on, it is what it is. He can't find his mans. So I just want my mans to be back. I hope everything's okay. But, you know.
No doubt. No doubt. I'll see him tomorrow and get my haircut. But, yeah, man, my final thought is big shout out to the World Baseball Classic. You did something amazing. You lit a fire under the MLB. I was able to watch every pitch of that game. It was so lit. I was sitting on the edge of my seat for every pitch, every out, every ball. You know, the most thing I was most impressed about is the defense on both teams was impeccable. There was no errors in this game. But when you see a team that actually get paid to play, they make error after error. They don't look like they got any chemistry. These guys just got together about a month ago to form these teams, and it looked like they had chemistry already. So MLB, take notes. The White Sox, my Reds, some of these teams are just not that good. Take notes and see what it is that they did to come together like a family. Because one thing I seen in the WBC was excellent defense and excellent pitching. And when we get to the regular season, people's ERA is going to be over 4. Like, how does that fucking happen? How does you play so much great defense in the baseball World Series? I mean, the baseball classic, and then you get to the regular season. Is it a lack of focus? Is it better that they only playing one game? If you lose one game, you out. Maybe we need to fuck around and get away from these series and get to some one game action. Maybe that gets your attention, man. So big shout out to what they're doing in the WBC. We will see it again in 3 years. Like Mike said, I think they should do it every year, but I think it's so exhausting mentally and emotionally. They got to get ready for the season. But I can guarantee a lot of people that participate in this is going to be ready for the regular season. I guarantee you.
It starts next week, I think.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, opening day is next week. And this, I promise you, this tournament the juice is flowing for baseball is just crazy right now because this did it. So this carryover, people going to see now how that translates to their team. They're going to be mad at a motherfucker from Venezuela that's balled out there, and now you ain't balling for my, whoever, the Padres or whoever you playing. Like, I know if Ronald Acuna ain't doing what he need to do for my Braves, I'm gonna be pitching a bitch. Like maybe that World Baseball was too much for you because we've been knocking the cover off the ball during the preseason, but none of it matters.
But this might be the best preseason you can even have, like because they playing high intensity baseball in March. So,
bro, I promise you, like I said, I think they should do this. Some form of it. Don't have to be the maybe it's just international play where you just do something, man, because this is great for baseball. Kind of like how the NBA All-Star game. Watching the different teams play against each other from their perspective, situations was good for that. And I think it did just the same for baseball.
Yeah, don't they pay? They got the Pan Am game, don't they? So don't they play? They still play the Pan Am games in baseball?
Yeah.
But hey, I can't wait to see. It was lit. I was in the group chat like when Bryce. I ain't gonna even lie. When Bryce Harper hit that 2-run homer, I was running through my house like hell yeah. I'm going crazy like the Browns was playing and shit. So then we just Aaron Judge. Anyway, I ain't even getting that shit no more.
Mr. April.
Hey, Jody, one more question. How many inches does Kevin Durant have over Marcus Smart again?
Yo, that's crazy work.
How many did you say, Mike? How many inches was it?
I think he said something like 5. I think.
So we gonna talk about inches. Are you still tying your shoe when Derrick Henry's coming behind you?
Yes, damn right.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, you won't never let me let that one down.
He said he gonna turn around and tie. You know when you turn around and tie your shoe, you gotta touch your toes.
I don't think I said turn around.
Over to the front and touch your toes.
Hey, where the gavel? Where the gavel at,
man.
I'm your host, Jody Coleman of Against the Grain Sports Podcast. Uncut. We're here with my man Michael, the People Champ Perry, in the building. We got Jarrell Solo on Sports Glenn, all the way from San Antonio, Texas. Donald, the voice of the youth. Andrew, Mike, Thup. Ray, more than just a barber, Lindsay. Jason, the hefty lefty, and we can't do none of this without Jay Kane, the chef, cooking it up in the kitchen. Hey, Mike, what we doing until Saturday morning, man?
Hey, man, we working.
See y'all Saturday. Peace.